movie amazing to me. Like, imagine you can make beats, and then you can make like a low grade movie like this, and it's all yours, dude. Like, and many would say, "Oh, they should have never done this movie" or something like. But that's why it's not meant for those type of people. Those are the types of people that look for big movies, that like seeing big movies succeed, overdoing it. I think, but it's cool. You got your things you like. You know what I mean? So this is what I like. You know, that's the difference between those guys and me. And you know, I love this movie, man. It's fucking great comedy. What would your guys' favorite character be, if we can go into that?
For me, it would be Duke, because he's such a weirdo asshole. Like, even when you meet him with the kid in the first shot, when he tries to say, "Oh, like, I'm sorry," he's like, "Don't fucking tell me about your life. I don't give a fuck."
He says, I don't give a fuck about your karate instructor, okay? And like, because the kid tells them about, like, oh, I was late for class at my karate instruction. And you could, it was kind of like, the movie's like semi-racist a little bit too. Like, when he, like, with the, I guess Duke's, he gets a new way to sell his weed with fish. And he gets it from the Asian guy, and he is like, "What the fuck is this? Like, how am I gonna sell any of my shit now? Look at this, it fucking stinks." Like, that was pretty funny, dude. And then he like, oh man, that's intense. Like, imagine like smoking anything out of a fish. Like, oh, dude, that's fucking gross.
And then towards the end, when they're at the funeral, Duke is like lights up a J in his car, and then his buddy comes over and he's like, "Oh, is that your joint that smells like fish?" And he's like, "No," and he just rolls up the window.
And then he starts flipping out, dude. I think it's because
he's like, "Well, this smells like fish over here." Oh, hey, you! Who's the little girl? Who's that? Hey, little bitch! Is it you who smells like fish?
Like, are you guys surprised that they were down to do something like that vivid, dude? Like, like, I don't think I've heard like anybody call like a little girl a little bitch in a movie in like a long time, dude. Like, a long time.
The writing reminded me very reminiscent of like Napoleon Dynamite, like super random and like dry.
Yeah, because if you watch Napoleon Dynamite like your third time, you're like, you're like, it's very dry. You know what I mean? It's a good movie though. I love Napoleon, dude, for that dry humor. Like, it does have that same,
like, the scenes that don't make any sense, but like they're in the movie for no reason. It's like, okay,
right? Why not put it in there, dude? And especially how low budget they are, dude. I would love to like botch ideas and then throw them in a movie. Like, why not, dude? I guess if you know pop culture, there's a lot of if you got your own facts, I got mine. You can see the dad from That 70s Show in this movie.
Yeah,
too,
it's
dude.
Bob.
Bob's in it. More pop culture news or my little facts is that you can see Diplo in this movie. You can see Flying Lotus in this movie. It's been basically Duke's fucking going out handing rats full of weed and you can see him dropping it off to some people that are movie stars. You can see the Cheevers jacket that Vic's all about. Mr. Adam Atlas is all about is in this movie. And if you have never seen Cheevers, also by Mr. Oizio, it's a French film. It's fucking dope as well, dude. Cheevers is also like very random, like this movie. What else? Rubber's in this movie. Basically, when Sunshine has to basically kill a guy in this movie, he walks in on his wife and his daughter, and they're watching Rubber, dude. It's right there on the TV screen.
Yeah, I thought that scene was so weird because he's like, "Oh, what are you watching?" And he's like, "Oh, we're watching a great movie," and it shows a bunch of like tires on fire.
Rubber, dude.
And then he starts talking some more, and then like he looks over at the TV. He's like, "Oh yeah, this movie's really great." And it's just more tires burning. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, what the hell?
It tell you, dude, it's 95% marketing, 5% talent, dude.
What are they marketing? I don't even know what they're marketing.
It's Mr. Oizio marketing himself. between movies and his music. Basically, think of that like Mr. Oizio. It's him marketing, his directing, his music. What else can you think of? Maybe like his art and comedy.
It's definitely it's original in like that's what I was saying in my intro. I feel like the music alone really brings this piece alive.
Yeah, imagine if you watched it without it, you would just think these are a bunch of mad motherfuckers, right? Like,
yeah, I feel like the music kind of breaks up the monotony and the dryness, and if you like that style of music, it's fun and weird because I don't know, there's nothing quite like this out there, I think.
Yeah, dude, I was surprised that like none of you guys seen it. I thought because most of you knew Mr. Oizio, but maybe not many of you, like you guys got that Mr. Oizio was Quentin Dupieux. Not many people still know that. Like right now, they still don't know that, dude, that they're the same person. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. It could be definitely, obviously, confusing because it's an alias, you know, and you're just like, oh shit, like that's the same person. It's crazy.
I was gonna say I like the scene where they're it's what's the black, the one-eyed cop's name, the black guy?
Ruff.
Ruff. I was gonna say Rush. When he shows the two other cops his music through his flip phone, and
at the end,
and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, this music's great. He's like, man, I just feel like dancing, like in a club, just full of dudes though, no girls. Just all guys. And he's like, yeah, man. Yeah, all dudes, man. No girls at all.
It's a badass.
And you could tell those two cops were like gay, dude. So, yeah.
That was a crazy cameo from Taco. From what's the show on FX?
The fantasy football one, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. The League.
Is it the League? Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Taco, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah. Have you seen his music videos?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh my god, my buddy Steven, he's the one who put me onto those videos. Were so fucking insane.
He's so funny.
Yeah, dude. I think this movie's great, like for pop culture, dude. Honestly, like it has very out there pop culture, dude. And you would have to be specific, like Tim and Eric in there. The guy, what's his name? Eric Roberts. That's a semi like B-list actor. He was in The Dark Knight. He was one of the mob bosses, dude.
I think back in the
dude, not many.
And back Manson. In the Eric Roberts back in the like the late 80s and 90s, he was a big name, and then he kind of fell off and started doing the straight to DVD thing, and it was kind of random when they brought him in as Falcone, and yeah, because you were just like, what? You hadn't seen him for so long, and then it's just Eric Roberts, and then he just...
It's funny, though, because you recognize him, or at least us, like, who have grown up in the 90s and stuff and seen those movies, but we're like, I haven't seen this guy in forever.
Yeah, and he just shows up.
And then he's in Batman. Okay.
And then he's in Wrong Cops.
Yeah.
He even plays like a Hollywood actor in this movie, like... when Duke goes up to him, he's like, so man, what you been up to? He's like, I got a new job with a new film or something, and he was like, oh nice. It's a numerical film. Like I don't know what that meant, but I think he meant like this film is like not known, and I think they were specifically talking about this movie itself. Like I don't know, I don't know if you guys got that. Where he basically talks about like his like him getting casted is like he's getting basically no budget films just like this one. Like he's getting into these types of films where no one's known, including himself now. Besides, like if you know him, I kind of got that, dude.
Oh yeah,
it was kind of cool. Like I was like, Jesus, dude. Like this movie's all about like L.A. because that was I don't know if he's from L.A. but. You can feel like I feel like Mr. Oizio is making fun of LA a lot, dude. Especially their cops. Like imagine like this is basically what you think he thinks of cops like this like 24/7, dude. And in America, they're all douchey fucking crazy people. Like that's crazy. Which he might not be wrong.
You guys remember when Renato finds out about the money that. So Renato finds out that Shirley has got the money that was found earlier in the film, and it's like $13,000 cash that was found in somebody's backyard. And Shirley's stolen it, and she wants to brag to Renato. And they go to the bathroom or something, and she's like, "Yo, look at this! Look what I got, dude!" And Renato's like, "Dude, do you know how much money's here?" And he starts just grabbing something to pocket it, and she's like, "Dude, fuck, get your hands off," or whatever. And he's like, "Do you know how much money's here, bitch?" Like the way they deliver their lines is so.
Man, the delivery is so weird. It's so hilarious.
I really love the banter between those two, dude. It was so good. Basically, when they meet what's his name, Grant from fucking the That 70 Show, they go to his house, and basically he's just murdered someone. You could tell he just murdered someone, and they're like, he was describing who that was, and he was just like his neighbor. That was his neighbor that he basically killed. And she goes up to him like, "Yo, there's gonna be no investigation." Basically saying they don't give a fuck. If she said like, "I don't give a fuck. It's your dead neighbor, not mine." Like, I was just like, "Wow, dude! I can't believe they like."
He's like,
made me laugh.
He's like, don't you think it's kind of odd? I mean, I thought you guys would think that I killed him because he went into my house and he's dead. And they're like, "Oh no, yeah."
And then you notice she's just eating all his food and like saying it's all crappy and shit.
She's like, "How old is mozzarella?" He's like, "Oh, it's about a week old." And then she takes a bite. She's like, "More like 3 weeks old."
Yeah.
And she puts it back.
Yeah.
That just goes like cops can fucking do whatever they want, dude. Like, and they don't have to do an investigation. I'm like, damn.
He's like, "Shouldn't you be taking notes or pictures or something?"
What about Manson's cameo was pretty great.
Yeah.
The way he looks, all weird.
A big ass kid.
No makeup.
He's like
basically.
He's just sitting by a tree when fucking what's his name? Duke starts like peeing in the side of this building. And he's like, "You over there, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, nothing, just like, listening to music." And he's like, you want to, what does he say? Like, "You want to take a picture of my dick?"
He's like, "I wasn't looking at it. I was looking over that way, over there." He's like pointing in a general direction.
This Duke just has enough. He's like, "Get over here. What are you doing? Does your mom know you're a hooker, David Dolores Frank?"
And then they take him, later on you find out that he was taken to Duke's house, and he makes him listen to like that obnoxiously loud music on his record. On his record player, and Manson's just like, "Oh, it was like the most atrocious thing ever."
Oh yeah, because he gets interviewed by the cops about who was the man that abducted him or his assailant. What is he called? And he's like, he was wearing underwear, listening to loud music. He was all upset and shit.
He's like,
I wish Manson got roles like this more often, dude. He could or anything like this.
Yeah.
Like Manson could act, dude. Honest, even if it's just something as subtle as him being basically, I think he tried to play like a teenager or something. I'm not too sure.
But he's like, I would like you to refer to him as my aggressor because he's not a normal person.
and then he sees them on like the cops when they take a group photo. He's like, "That's him." That's crazy, dude. Like, imagine going through that, and all it was for was music, dude. Like, nothing else. Just he wanted him to really listen to this song. It goes to show, like, those people that push people to look at something, or like people that push movies onto other people so badly. I guess that's okay. Some people get annoyed by it. Like, I know Victor gets annoyed by that sometimes, or Mr. Adam Morales, because he basically doesn't. Not many people take the time for that stuff, so it's annoying for people to push music or push movies onto people sometimes, even though you think they should really check it out, So I think that was like a little weird homage to that stuff. But Mr. Oil said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make a cop do it."